My name is Priscilla Kuma. I'm a registered nurse. I am a YouTuber. I come from Ghana. I live in the US. I'm an American citizen. I create content for nurses who want to migrate to the USA. I'm a lead consultant for US RM Pathway Consult. We help nurses who want to work in the USA. Three category of nurses. Those are midwives, psychiatry nurses, and general nurses. Lots of people lack information on the USA process, owing to the fact that USA process is very long. It's not for the faint-hearted. No. The earliest it can take you on a good day, if you're lucky, is between 18 to 24 months. That's the earliest. You cannot rush the USA process. Give yourself 2 to 3 years maximum to be able to land in America to start working. It is not like the UK, within 6 months, somebody has come. No. So USA process is long, it's very cumbersome. But if you figure it out and you cannot figure it out, that's when I come in and I'll show you how to figure it out.
To be honest, the US process is not easy and it's not for the faint-hearted, as you said. Because myself, I was at a point like considering to go to the US. That was in 2020. I even won the US lottery, with my family. Yes, in April 2020, we won a US lottery to Kentucky. But at that time, I was already like almost in the UK. So I was like, listen, let me just go to the UK rather than having to go through this lottery process and everything. And now at times I sit down, I'm like, should I have gone to the US, looking at the money aspects and everything, And it's still something I've been thinking about. Yeah. We are going to look at the details, whether it's worth it, moving to the UK, moving to the US. Today we will know which one is better. And after this video, trust me, guys, maybe me, myself, I'll be jackpot.
I'll pick you up at the airport.
Right. So to begin with, let's talk about the US, because obviously my channel, people have seen my video.
So first of all, let me say that there are different type of nurses in the USA. Different type of nurses. Some are specialized in different fields. But basically, the basic ranks you need to know about starts from RN1. We don't have bands like how you have band 5, band 6. We have numbers. Registered nurse 1, RN1, RN2, RN3. And as you go higher, there are different things. So basically, when you're a new graduate, Americans will say new graduate from nursing school, you are RN1. Ideally, paper, 6 months into the job, you become RN2.
Okay.
I am RN2 because I already have previous experience. Mm-hmm. And I made sure I bargained for them to put me as RN2. I applied to 2 hospitals, and one was saying that you never worked in America before, so we'll take you as a new graduate. And I'm like, no, I've had over 7 years experience.
Yeah.
It's not fair to me. The other hospital said, I'll take you as RN2. So pretty much everybody, after working for 6 months, you would find yourself at RN2 level. RN3 is earned. You have to work for it. You have to do a project. You have to do a presentation. You have to join a committee. You have to do something to get your RN3. And that is what I'm currently working on, to get my RN3 soon. And the difference between RN2 and RN3 pay is big. It can be big as a $6 jump extra on your hourly pay.
Wow.
So you have to work for it. So fingers crossed, I'll be back to announce to you when I get my RN3. I can't wait for that. It's a big difference. It changes. Imagine if you are being paid $20 and because of RN3, you are now $26 for an hour. That is a big jump.
A lot of money.
A lot of difference. Yeah. So basically, those are just the ranking systems. There are so many factors that affect your salary. Where you live. There are 50 states in America, and every state with their laws and taxation and everything. And even within the state. So I am speaking to you today from New York State.
Okay.
And even New York State is big. It's over 18 million people in New York State. And there are different cities to it. So there's somebody who will be living in New York City, the one with the skyscrapers, the flashy lights you see, that's New York City. That place, obviously, cost of living will not be a joke.
Definitely.
It will not be a joke. You find a small studio and it's about $3,000 a month. So obviously the jobs will pay you higher.
Yeah.
I live in New York State. I am not in New York City. I am 6 hours drive from New York City.
Wow.
And we are in the same state.
Wow.
It will take me shorter to get to Canada than to get to New York City.
Really?
Yes. And we are all in New York State. Yes. If you want to fly from where I am to New York City, 1 hour, 45 minutes. So that is just the same state, just one state. So one state is like a country.
Yeah, true.
And they all have their laws. So cost of living varies. So somebody living in New York City's salary will be way more than mine, who I live in the outskirts. I advise overseas nurses to go to the suburbs. The suburbs is the outskirts of the cities, where you can buy a house or rent a house, have a home yourself and everything. But the suburbs don't pay well. If you're single and young, I advise you to be in the city. You can find a roommate, you can fetch somebody, you split the bills, make money and split the rent and everything. If the rent is 3,000, it brings 1,500, brings 1,000 if you combine. I'm just giving this as a premise before we arrive at the money.
That's it.
So cost of living, location, state, taxation, all affect your salary. Somebody in Florida's taxes will not be the same as somebody in California's taxes. The tax they take from your money will not be the same based on where you live. And even family size. If you have an unemployed child or a disabled husband or wife, and they are not working, they are your dependents. It shows on your pay slip. So when it comes to removing taxes, what if you have one disabled child and and somebody has the same child that is not disabled and they are working, our taxes deduction will not be the same. Okay. Yes. That's why somebody cannot tell you exactly how much they earn in the US. Unlike the UK, band 5, this is what the salary is. Here, it's not the same. Somebody has student loans they're deducting and all. So there are so many factors that affect your salary. And the most important one is where you are. And the UK, my fellow UK nurses, I keep saying the salary you see online is a travel nurse telling you I make $5,000 a week. So let me go back to the title. And it's very real. It's very real and can be more. There are travel nurses who made about $8,000 or $10,000 a week. It was real. COVID time. So let me go back to the type of nurses again. We've talked about the ranks, factors that affect salary. The type of nurses. You are either a staff nurse sitting at one place, one hospital, wake up, go to work Monday to Friday. Or you are a travel nurse, or what you call agency in the UK. Yeah. You are moving from here to here. Yes, there are two different job roles. There are two different salaries. You can't even put the two in a sentence. You can't even compare the salaries. Yes. So a staff nurse is somebody sitting at one place and going to one job, hired for that job, and you go there. You've been working there, and you're at that place. You don't even move around. You don't even change your ward to anything. You're just at one facility. So we cannot really tell you exactly how much somebody earns. True. But just budget and know that it will not be below $30 an hour. If you are in America here, you found the job yourself. That is what I'm giving you. If you are coming through an agency, you're watching from Ghana, Nigeria, Tanzania, and you're coming to an agency like Evans, O'Grady Python, MedPro, they all have their own terms. Either they're hiring you direct hire, or they're hiring you as their agency nurse, so you are bonded to them for like 3 years before they let you go. If you are bonded to them for 3 years because they did everything for you and brought you to the US, their rate is different. The last time I checked, Evans was giving their nurses $27 an hour. And this nurse is based in Kansas. Kansas is one of the states. But I think when the COVID thing happened, everybody was now fighting for their money. I think they gave them a $5 raise. So currently, they're about $32 an hour. And that's someone who came to an agency, and you are bonded to that agency for 3 years. Yes. Basically, 6,000 hours, 6,000 hours, and they convert that into years. With some of the agencies, you can do multiple shifts over time to be able to finish that 6,000 hours early and break off your contract and go. With some of the agencies, whether you do overtime or not, it doesn't count. And with some of the agencies, they have terms. If you will do 1 year and you are tired, you want to go and do something else and you want to break it off, you pay back the difference, the 2 year difference. You can pay as high as $20,000 to $40,000 to free yourself.
That's a lot of money.
That is why I always advise self-sponsorship. They invested in you. They groomed you for NCLEX. They sent you to South Africa to write NCLEX. They brought you to America. Some of them might buy your ticket. Some of them might reimburse your NCLEX expenditure and all. So if they say $40,000, they are just trying to say you can't go anywhere. But I know somebody who paid that money and freed himself just because he got a very good offer, travel nurse offer. And what is $40,000 to a travel nurse?
Nothing.
He can make that in 4 months. Even 4 months is too much. Yes. So first of all, you need to know yourself, know your personal goals in life, know your family goals. What do you want to achieve in your nursing career? Travel nursing is not meant for everybody.
True.
Bedside nursing is not meant for everybody. Staff sitting at one place is not meant for everybody. If you come in with 4 children, you are currently pregnant with a 5th, are you going to be able to do travel nursing? You can't do the travel nursing. You can't be moving around.
No.
The fact that you see Priscilla traveling, oh, I'm in Kentucky today, I'm in California tomorrow. You don't know my personal goals. And I always advise my foreign educated nurses, overseas nurses, international nurses that never, ever accept to do travel nursing in your first year as a nurse in America.
You need to gain experience.
You need to gain experience. If you don't gain experience, you would go home with depression. The system would chew you up. My fellow overseas nurses, American nursing is very, very different. It's even different than the UK nursing because I've spoken to a lot of UK nurses. American nursing is extreme. It's extreme. Anybody who is watching this can relate. It is extreme, long hours, and you are on the go. You don't even get time to drink water or get time to use the bathroom. You hear, oh, they only give you 2 patients, 3 patients, 4 patients. 1 American patient is equal to 15 Ghana patient population. I'm telling you true story.
Yeah.
I'm not discouraging anybody. I'm not scaring you. But if you've been following me on my YouTube channel, you know I'm a very frank person. I have nothing to lose by telling you what is not true. One patient can come with about 29 diagnoses.
Very demanding.
If they are doing their morning medication, you have a pill, holding a pill cup, you can have about 60 tablets in one. Restless leg syndrome, depression, trigger finger, diabetes, hypertension. The person has about 6 types of cancers. So you can just imagine how this person is. They can't do anything for themselves. You will say, oh, but you have a CNA, you have a nursing assistant to assist you, you have an LPN to assist you, line search practical nurse, whatever. No. If you are going to do your nursing role, self-medication, the basic we always do, are you going to leave that patient sitting in the poop, swallowed, and then shoving the medication down their throats because your job is to just do medication and go? You will clean them, bath them, get them up. If he's lying flat, are you going to force him to go and choke? You have to sit him up. You are lifting, bending. I got a back injury from that. So basically, nursing in America is strenuous. The salary is good. I won't lie to you. It's better because we've compared salaries in UK and other countries.
Yeah. But
you actually work hard for that money. So if you are earning like $34 or $35 an hour, like RN2, a new grad somewhere is earning about 40, 45. Any money paid to you that is not physical cash will be taxed. If you work under the table, you work and they give you cash, fine, it goes directly to your pocket. But so far as it's being paid into your bank account, it will be taxed. 2 situations, so you can be filing alone or you can be filing with your partner, your wife or your husband. That will also determine how much tax they will take out. Some people want the government to take or the states to take out a lot of tax so that they do not have to pay back tax return. Some people to let the state or the government take a few from their paycheck, but at the end, you would have to pay back a huge chunk of tax return to the government. You get it? So you can either set it so that it will be taken small. Then at the end, when you file your taxes, you might end up paying. It's not always the case that you would pay back. Some people say, okay, just take the big thing so that I don't owe you any money. I don't want to pay you any money next year. Yes. I know somebody who is RN3. He takes $45. We work together. And I'm looking at his total, like after working, he works 40 hours a week. So after working 80 hours, they pay us every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes. They pay us every 2 weeks. So let's say he's $45 and they pay him every 2 weeks. And I'm looking at the total amount it took home. It was $2,100. Yes. It was $2,100. So I'm asking him, why you like to take $45 an hour? How come your whole thing is $2,100? Then he's explaining to me that he pays a lot in tax return. His health insurance comes from that paycheck and a whole lot. I said, oh, okay. But still, it doesn't make sense to me. So on the average, because we are paid bi-weekly every 2 weeks, if you're hired for 40 hours, that means 2 weeks will be 80 hours. Then you get paid. Then 2 weeks after that, you get paid. So if I'm making $2,000 for the 80 hours, that means averagely I'm making $4,000 for a month. I know UK yours is monthly, so let me just use months to communicate. Yes. Yeah. When you come fresh, you are looking at the money, you are converting into your currency. It's looking big. It's sounding big.
That's the damage we did to ourselves, you know. The conversion was too much.
It's a mistake. Never convert into your currency. You don't live in a Naira environment. You don't live in a shillings or a cedi environment.
No.
You are paying rent in pounds. You are paying rent in dollars. You are paying rent in euros. So convert. You are going to the African market, the yam is $10. You're like, hey, this yam is 100 or this yam is 200. No. Okay. So if I'm making 5,000 a month, I own a house, mortgage is what is paid. I don't pay it, luckily. But let's say I'm renting. And maybe let's use an average family, because most nurses who want to embark on this journey, by this time, most of them like have a partner and have a child. So let's say for a family of 3 or 4, you are renting a 2-bedroom house. As I said, location will affect your rent. If you are renting a studio in New York City, it's $3,000. That $3,000 can get your whole 8-bedroom mansion where I live. Yes. So let's say you are renting. We're not going to use mortgage to pay. You are renting and you want a safe environment. You know, American issues, gun violence, whatever. You want a quiet environment, kind of safe environment. Budget about $1,500 for your rent, for a 3-bedroom rent. Even for a 2-bedroom, you can get $1,500. Outskirts, far from everybody. The green, where you are in your house and there's a raccoon coming or there's a deer coming. Not like a village, but the green, serene environment. That's what I have. Trees all over the place. You still have every amenity. You have good road, good water supply, good educational system. Everything is there. You have your peace of mind. So you don't wake up and jump to traffic and all that. Yeah, just like anywhere, even in Ghana, when you're living in Accra, it's the capital of Ghana. It's more expensive than when you're living outside in some or some. Yes, so that's how it is. So let's say your rent, maximum your rent is $1,800 or let's say $1,500. That is it. You have 2 cars. You are driving one and your partner is driving one. The 2 cars have insurance on them. You are paying insurance, let's say combined, you are paying insurance, car insurance, about $300 or $500. You are paying gas and electricity. You are paying water bill. But those ones, the water is not every month. The water comes quarterly, every 4 months. You are paying for cell phone, Wi-Fi, internet. So these things are just to guide overseas nurses to know what to prepare for. The bargaining power. We come in and whatever they give us, we accept. Trust me, you cannot be hired the same day. You bargain and your pay will be different. Yeah. Somebody would have accepted to be RN1, but I bargained and said no. I've worked all these years, close to 10 years experience. You cannot just throw it away and take me as a new grad. So nurses, you have the right to bargain.
True.
Don't just accept whatever, especially if you're doing the whole process by yourself and you did not come to an agency and all. You have the right to bargain. Even with an agency, you still have the right to bargain. You never know. The worst case scenario, they will say yes or they say no.
To be honest, in all sincerity, I think the US is better than the UK.
Better. I
It's better
think it
than
is
the
better.
UK. And that's the reason why now there is an exodus of nurses from the UK. If you talk to nurses in my workplace, in my social life, you meet nurses, you talk to them, everybody wants to go somewhere. Now, it's like a trending thing. Everybody wants to leave the UK.
Per annum, I make about $76,000 a year. So sad. So depressed.
Without overtime.
I have nurses who are making $120,000 a year.
But still with the 70-something thousand, you are still better.
Without overtime. It's the hours that you hired for. You go to those hours 40 hours a week for about $66,000.
That's 3 times of an NHS than 5 salary, you know, without overtime. 3 times.
So people will be moving to America. Just get ready. The taxes are there. It depends on where you live. It's actually worth it. I won't discourage anybody. The UK nurses are enrolled in my consults. So many of them, especially the Nigerian trained nurses who are in UK, they come to the consult. They have no questions. They have no challenges. They are not doubting. You don't know I'm real. I'm legit. They come enroll and they're like, boom, boom. How fast can you get this for me? I want to get out of here. So you guys, your cost of living is high. Your rooms are small, expensive. They struggle to find accommodation and lots. Over here, you can buy or rent whatever house you want. You can change your cars. You can go lease them, change them the next day, do whatever you want. The first you're managing your money well. So travel nursing is good. I'm not discouraging anybody. If you have the skills to be thrown in an environment where you can do it, fine. If not, you can build the skills. Minimum of 2 years, you'll be able to function and survive Kakra. The American process is not for the faint-hearted. It's very different per state. Every state with what they require. 2 people applying to 2 different states cannot do the same paperwork. 2 type of nurses, midwife, psychiatry, applying cannot use the same credential evaluation service. We all have what you have to use based on what you study. And you can't sit down and figure that out easily. So if you're struggling with that, should I use GFNS? Should I use ERES? Whatever, we will guide you and show you. Nursing assistant, please. My consult does not offer help to you. The American nursing assistant jobs I post out there, they want nurses who are willing to come and step down and work as a CNA, as a nursing assistant, in the meantime till they get their NCLEX done. You actually have to prove to them that you are doing your NCLEX paperwork before they even give you the offer. Even though a few people claim they have gotten the job as a nursing assistant in Ghana, they got a job as a nursing assistant in America. The ones I have shared on my channel are specifically for nurses. Some of them want diploma and degree nurses. So any information out there, go and do your own research. Our job is to create content for you. Go and validate the information before you act upon it. Don't do it because Priscilla or Becca said this. Yeah. Research. Your goal in life will determine what you want to do. Your family size will determine what you want to do. America might not favor you. We do not have 1 year maternity here. We do not have free healthcare here. Everything here is paid for. Everything here is paid for. Childcare is so expensive. Medical care is so expensive. And if you want to weigh the pros and cons, as I said, your goal will determine which country favors you. Our job is just to give the comparison, and your job is to make the decision at which country you want to go. If you want money, come to America. If you want peace of mind, free healthcare, and maternity and stuff, go to UK. Thank you very much. I've spoken enough.
Thank you very much, Priscilla, for coming to my channel. I really do appreciate your time, your effort, and everything. Thank you so much, guys. Go to Priscilla's channel, support her, follow her, ask her any questions that you have if we've not answered it already on this channel. And until we meet again in my next video, guys, is bye.
Bye.